Pfizer CEO says third COVID vaccine dose likely needed within 12 months.
Here's a summary of the article.
Pfizer CEO Albert Bourla said people will, likely, need a booster dose of a COVID-19 vaccine within 12 months of getting fully vaccinated. Pfizer said earlier this month its COVID-19 vaccine was more than 91% effective at protecting against COVID and more than 95% effective against severe disease up to 6 months after the second dose. Moderna's vaccine, which uses technology similar to Pfizer's, was also shown to be highly effective at 6 months. Earlier Thursday, the Biden administration's COVID response chief science officer David Kessler said Americans should expect to receive booster shots to protect against coronavirus variants. Kessler told U.S. lawmakers that currently authorized vaccines are highly protective, but noted new variants could challenge the effectiveness of the shots. In February, Pfizer and BioNTech said they were testing a third dose of their COVID-19 vaccine to better understand the immune response against new variants of the virus. Late last month, the National Institutes of Health started testing a new vaccine from Moderna designed to protect against a problematic variant first found in South Africa.
This post received a score of 63,000, with an upvote ratio of 85%. Here are the top comments in response to this article.
I was wondering why there was extra spaces on my COVID card.
Get 5 checkmarks and you get a free coffee. Can I get a personal pan pizza instead?
Maybe. How many books have you read?
Back in the 80s, my family went to Pizza Hut fairly often and I read a lot from a young age. It always felt like that program was perfectly designed for me. Or not, since it changed absolutely nothing.
Those personal pan pizzas were the shit. Worth every word read.
Personal pan were better than regular pan. You won't convince me otherwise.
Well, you're in luck, you fancy in my pantsy. I will not convince you otherwise since you are correct.
One thread contradicts another. No one seems to know, but everyone loves posting answers.
The most valuable post I've ever seen on Reddit is this, and I strongly urge everyone to read it, internalize it, and live by it.
As a chemist, I have learned not to comment on anything chemistry or science related on subs outside of that discipline. The amount of times I've had my field of study explained to me by someone who read half a Wikipedia article removed all desire for that.
I have a friend that's the epitome of the Redditor. You know I'm good about research, and if I don't know something, I Google it. Then I know more than most people, including the people in the field, because most of them don't keep up with the current knowledge. Because apparently that's how it works. Wikipedia, Reddit, Google, and YouTube make you more knowledgeable about a subject than a degree. While it's technically possible, the chances of someone successfully teaching themselves something with only Google Fu is slim to none, and will likely have major holes in their knowledge.
Yay. I mean, how easy is it to get a degree? Just Google the class name and read a quick little blurb and bam. You get to take the rest of the semester off.
I sat in a comfy office chair once and now I have a degree in workplace ergonomics.
I had a woman reply to an ad for an experienced, degreed, licensed dental hygienist. She was none of these things. I asked why she thought it was reasonable to apply for this job, and she said, well, I have had my teeth cleaned. So I said, one of the few at the moment comebacks I have ever made. It's a good thing you haven't had brain surgery.
Not looking good for countries with no domestic production getting vaccines.
Hopefully production scales over time, but this sounds like horrible news for the majority of the world.
Bad for those with production too. Variants produced in countries with no control over spread will still travel to places that do. What's happening in Brazil right now absolutely matters to the US and Britain. All that spread is giving the virus lots of opportunities to mutate into new variants that will find their way around the world.
This video was automatically created by Reddit to speech. The article and comments in this video were selected from Reddit according to their upvotes, and any paraphrasing was performed by smmry.com, without any human intervention.